So it was a sucky situation for everybody. Good morning. This rain is giving us a preview of how dark it's going to be here soon when I get here. It was an emotional evening, but here we are. Business as usual. I don't know if people are going to be checking in on me because I could cry because I'm just stressed out. I'm just stressed out. But I'm just going to use this day as a distraction. And yeah, let's make it through this rainy day.
Many hours later.
I knew from the beginning it was just going to be a short one today. School was hectic. Work. It was hectic. We had 2 students, but one again is very needy right now as we're teaching her to communicate with us. We make big steps, but then it brings other layers and new behaviors come out and we all have to work through those. So that is what it is. And then I'm dealing with setting up a doctor's appointment for Jax. It's kind of set up, but they needed so much stuff. As I said, I didn't fill out that one thing. They needed it. Apparently they called home and then they called me. I was in the middle of class. Luckily my teacher's like, go take it. But she had such a heavy accent. It was so hard to tell what she was saying. Basically, she was saying I needed to upload my ID, which I had a feeling I needed to. It just said patient's ID, and I messaged back through their portal, is it my ID? Nobody had answered me at that point because it was night. So she confirmed that, and then the one that I didn't fill out, she's like, you need to fill that out. I'm like, yeah, it was late, and my kid was napping, so we're gonna do it together after work. But there was also so much drama, and Jax ended up having to come home at the beginning of the day, which was stressing Danny out, and Danny had to go do it because I already am taking a half day tomorrow, and it's a much bigger deal for me to do anything. So it was a sucky situation for everybody, but we made it through. And the work day still went reasonably well because I didn't have to do Carline, and it was our first staff meeting of the school year. TAs are not required to be there because we're not paid for it. We are hourly and we are not exempt from overtime like teachers are according to like a federal law. So if they required us to be there, they would have to pay us for it, that they say you can come. I was the only TA there. My coworker wanted to, but then she said her body just was not dealing with it right as she walked in to the library to do it. She's fighting off so many things, poor thing. And I'm like, go, they're not needed anyway. So it was interesting being there. And it actually wasn't a full hour. So when I got home, I went straight up to my computer and started going through the form with Jax. I didn't make Jax come to my room. I just sent each question. I filled out things that I wanted to add notes to, and then I also added like child's response. So we get both perspectives, and it was long. I also took the time to start backing up some more videos off of my phone, and I had a school safety video playing that was a part of our meeting, but she let us go early. She's and because we're grown adults, we can watch it at home or at work, and there's a QR to fill out that you had done it. So I had that going, and it was a lot of repeats from some of the trainings we had already done. Then at that point, because I hadn't done homework with Sebastian, we also had to study for a test. We needed to do dinner. I was like, if we go out, I can study and do homework with Sebastian while we wait for the food. And Danny wanted something nice and healthy after the super stressful day. So we did that. And I was doing homework the whole time, so I couldn't film myself filling out the form because my phone was busy exporting videos. So couldn't film at work because my phone was exploding with messages, and the day was always busy. There weren't any quiet times. It's raining today, so we didn't even go outside for a recess. We were going into the school's calm down room, but then we would have to come out if somebody needed it and walk the halls with our students and just whatever we could, because it's tricky. A new class comes into our classroom as soon as we leave for lunch, and then recess is right after it. So when we do have a bigger class, we will have to just share the room on indoor recess and make it work. But yeah, after dinner, I came straight up to a bath, and then afterwards, I cleared out the lunch bags, because normally I do that right after school, but I came up to do that for him. I also have normally chopped all the fruits and veggies and cheese and prepped anything that can be set out. But I haven't done any of that because I usually do that while making dinner or before my bath. But all that was taken up by waiting at the restaurant, and it was a really long wait. We actually finished all the homework for the week instead of having a bunch to do on Thursday, and we finished the test review for tomorrow. So hopefully he remembers everything. He's certainly not going to write it all, so I hope he has a TA for the test or his resource teacher for the writing support. But we'll see. His teacher told me what I already knew. We ended up in the cookie line at the staff meeting. They had Crumbl cookies. I had a couple bites and they were too sweet, but she was like, so I see he plays Uno at lunch. And like, yeah. And she's like, I love that. After eating, he's already complaining that he's hungry. He doesn't actually complain that he's hungry after lunch, but he complains before lunch. But yeah, he's complaining that he's hungry during the day and his food's like not getting touched. He barely eats enough. And I'm like, yes, yes. I come to see him at the beginning of lunch, like 5 minutes in, because mine is 5 minutes after. And his bag will still be zipped up and they're already playing, and I'll have to start taking everything out and putting it there. So his ADHD mind will just like start eating it and at least get some of it in. So I was like, yes, I agree. And we decided I would just talk to him for now, and we'll see if he can handle the responsibility of you need to start eating first before you play. If that doesn't work, it'll have to switch to no Uno, or you need to completely finish. I just worry that he would like throw away food to finish faster. So there's that, but that's all I've got for you, because I've got things to do. What was I gonna do? I was like, I need to talk to you before I do X, Y, and Z while Sebastian's getting ready. And now I don't remember. I'm so tired. Yeah, half day tomorrow. I'm gonna leave as soon as my kids are gone. Today I finished sorting out the sub situation. It's really tricky, and we try to get specific subs in there who know what's going on, because if you get a random person and they find out it's in any of the programs, basically. So autism rooms, self-contained rooms, ECSC, which is a self-contained preschool. Even just preschool in general, I'm told that people are like, oh, I have a headache, I've got to leave early. or just cancel out when they realize. So yeah, there were some issues where the person my teacher had lined up didn't accept the position when it came through for her because she didn't recognize my name. She was expecting last year's TA's name, so she just thought it was a random thing. And my position does not specifically say ECSEN, and the school hired me as just a special education teaching assistant. So nobody took it for the first 5 minutes, and then somebody random took it. And so today I had to cancel that. I'm sorry to that person, and recreate it with a new person and a note that it's ECSE so she would know. And my teacher also told her. So we're all set now. But yeah, I think that's all my updates. Good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget.
Wash your hands.